again to be back here from Iowa. Been a long time since we actually have been to Iowa Speedway. Join with me in the booth. None other Todd Chase Jr. Todd, welcome to the playoffs.
Hey, it's great to be here at Iowa. I'm ready to see some good racing tonight.
Yeah, Iowa's going to be a fun place. Now, we did not get to broadcast last week's race. Completely my fault. But we are here at Iowa tonight. I do actually got the drivers that made it, Todd. We go from 20 drivers all the way down to 14. So, the drivers that made it: Jason Braum, Kevin Brown, Chad Coleman, Brian Boris Cook, Tyler Dalton, Mr. Daniel Falkingham. Surprise there. Justin Fuller, another surprise. Joey Cattina, Ryan Howard, Mike Kelly, Brian Macklin, EJ O'Rourke, Tommy Ryan, Randy Yoakum, Todd. I think you've got to be pretty comfortable with a couple of them, but any names stand out to you?
Really, the one that really stands out was Randy Yoakum to me, honestly. I mean, we don't really get to speak much of him, throughout the races. Normally he's, I don't know, what would you say, about mid-pack or so normally?
I would say right, hovering around the top 10, yeah. And has gotten better over the past, what, Todd, how many races you think? Maybe 5 or so races, I would guess?
Yeah, about that.
So, with that said, we are ready to go here in just a few minutes. As we get set to go, green flag and qualifying coming up here very shortly. Hope everybody's ready for what should be a great night of racing action here from Iowa Speedway. Tom, when's the last time you raced Iowa? It's been a moment for me.
I believe it was way back in either January or February when we were running the C-Class Fixed series here, and that was a different race. That wasn't during the day here. It was during the night. And I think that week we picked up 2 wins here at Iowa. I don't know what it is about this track. I don't know if it's just because at night I know how to run it, but we're gonna see what happens here during the day. That's for sure.
Yeah, I was sitting there. We was talking about that kind of coming onto the air. This is going to be one of those tracks, Todd, that is very tough to pass. With the daylight, it's going to make this place tough to pass because there's not going to be a ton of grip, especially coming off turn 4. Something we really got to watch out for. The weather right now, 108-degree track temp, Todd.
Ooh.
That's spicy. That's almost good enough to fry a steak on, I would say.
Yeah, I would say for sure.
Getting there. Daniel Falkingham right now, that is not what you want to see if you're everybody in this series is Daniel Falkingham.
No.
Yeah, that is not what you want to see on top of the board in practice. That's something Daniel usually, no offense to him, but usually he don't really practice that great personally. He races fantastic. We've seen that numerous times this year with so many wins. But if you see him on top of the board in qualify or practice, he's doing something right.
Yeah, usually I like to compare him to like Jimmy Johnson. How when Jimmy Johnson used to race in NASCAR, he was not really good at practice or qualifying. But when it came to the race, man, he had all the tools what he needed, in order to lane, and that's kind of the, I guess you could say, the driving style of Daniel Falkingham.
He kind of reminds me of Kyle Busch in a way, driving wise, because Jimmy and Kyle kind of had the same approach to racing. I think the race car, maybe not off the track by any means. I am noticing one thing here that's going to be tough. Pit road. We are expecting long green flag runs, Todd. We always do with this group.
Yep.
Pit road entry going to be very different. We're seeing Justin Fuller spin right now off turn 4. Pit road entry going to be really unique. This track in a way reminds me of Richmond somewhat, maybe more banking. You run it a little bit different, especially in 3 and 4, because you could run to higher side. 1 and 2, you run to more middle to low.
Right.
So, but in a way, like the turn 4 exit reminds me a lot of Richmond because you can be aggressive, but it can cause you to spin out. So we'll see how that goes. Real quick, before we get to qualifying, snapmobile.shop. Get your 5G radio wireless on. The 5G is closer than you think. Pretty much almost here now, by the way. Verizon's 5G wireless network technology will be the first in the U.S. with both fixed and mobile versions. That's what's pretty cool, the fixed. That's pretty awesome. 5G means faster downloads, of course, superior video streaming, why not, and opens the door for a host of immersive experiences using virtual and augmented reality, which is pretty awesome. Wireless Zone has a number of 5G phones ready to support this advanced technology revolution. Check out the Wireless Zone and Wireless Zone Commitment. SnapMobile.shop, proud sponsor of tonight's race and series as well. I'm getting pretty good at that ad read for them, by the way.
You sure are, as now qualifying has begun.
Yep.
Here at Iowa, Brian Boris Cook is out on the track along with Kevin Brown and Bentley Glasser.
Brian Boris Cook, that red stripe across the banner in that 63 Bitcoin Toyota. Why do I always load the wrong overlay, Todd? Why do I do that?
Because you're always late.
I was not that late tonight.
Oh,
Lately, I have
boy.
been a little bit late on a lot of things. Not that late tonight, Todd. So, mind your business.
Out of turn 4, coming to the stripe. See what kind of time the 63 can put down. Currently on top of the board because he's the only one that's put a time in. Just put down a 23.678.
Yeah, I wonder if I'm kind of curious, will the second lap be faster than if he's actually shutting it down?
Yeah, looks like he's just going to shut it down here.
So something I've noticed, Todd,
Mm-hmm.
all the, if I'm not mistaken, let me double check, all the playoff drivers' names are capitalized tonight.
You know what? You're right. I do notice
I
that.
just noticed that. I was like, is that? I thought it was an update with ATVO. They just made them all capitalized, but no, it is. All playoff drivers' names will be capitalized, which is awesome for us as we watch Mike Kelly, the Miller High Life #2 truck. Makes it awesome for us. Makes it awesome for the people watching as well to see that. So nothing wrong.
Little
with that.
loose coming out of turn 4 to the line. To see where he ends up. He ends up third on top of third on the board. I'm sorry.
Not a great qualifying effort, honestly.
Bentley Glasser to the top of the board now.
That's a guy that I'm surprised, okay, that has not won yet, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Watching also Ryan Howard jumps up to second playoff contender. Randy Yoakum's also on track. I'll watch him as he works off turn 4 to start his green flag lap. But Bentley Glasser, I'm surprised sometime on Sunday.
I've noticed, you know, he has been getting a little bit better. You know, I don't know how he's raced in other series, but you could see week in and week out how he's mixing it up with the top 5 more often.
Randy Yoakum going to go to 7th, Todd, with a 23.802 out of, I think, 8 cars that have qualified. Falkingham out on track, actually on his fast lap right now. In that 39 Chevrolet, looking for a good time, looking to beat Bentley Glasser, who's on top of the board. A 23.619 is what he's looking for. Looks like he's going to have a good chance here. He does go to the top of the board, 23.610.
Wow, I'm not surprised with Falkingham going to the top of the board. I mean, according to the charts, he was fastest in practice. Well, at the end, he did get edged out, but really fast as he comes out of turn 4, loses it a little bit, controls it, coming to the line.
Does not improve.
Nope.
Joey Gattina, the 14 truck, out on track right now. That number 14 Sim 500 red and black Chevrolet coming up out of turn 4 this time. Looking to put down his first lap. Big save, big wiggle, try to hold it. No hard contact. Okay. And magic happens on track. Gravity took its okay, whatever. Gravity's all thing. I forgot. Jason Brom in the 83, working up out of turn number, I believe this is turn 2, as he goes down the backstretch, almost scraping the wall there. Jason's been impressing me lately, Todd.
Yeah, I mean, he's really impressed me lately as well.
Oh, he wills it. Man, they're going to have to work that wheel off turn 4 a lot tonight.
With a track temp this hot, we're going to see that a lot coming out of turn 4. And mainly these guys, you know, with the way this track is, they're not going to want that early in a run. They're going to want to ease out of the throttle or into the throttle out of turn 4 to save tire. Because tires are a big thing at this place.
Watching Brian Macklin right now in the 30 Toyota, working up out of turn 4, looking for his first lap. Only lap he's going to be able to do. Can it be enough? Will it be enough? Oh, my goodness, it will be, Todd. He goes to the top of the board.
Oh, my goodness.
23.564, Todd Chase. How about that lap?
Get you some of that.
He just showed Falkingham, hey, a little fast here, too. Here's a look at our starting grid up here for tonight's playoff race, sponsored by Snap Mobile Shop. Brian Macklin, Daniel Falkingham, P1 and 2. Row number 2, Bentley Glasser, Tyler Dalton, 5th and 6th. We got Ryan Howard and Mr. Justin Fuller. Do not count out either one of them. Row 4, Todd, take it away if you can. Doy Woods, Mike Kelly. Never mind, I think I got it. Josh Parker, Tommy Ryan. Sorry, I thought my dog was going to bark. I did not want that to happen, unless I just put him up here to the microphone and talk. Brian Boris Cook, Jimmy Colvin, row 7, as you see the rest of the field going by. Sorry, he started barking a little bit, so I muted.
That's fine. I didn't know if you were going to... I'm just kind of getting everything set on my end here.
Joey Katina starting way back in 26th place. That's a long ways to come up. Jose Polanco, Doug Simone, Timothy Bates, Gerald Livingston back in 32nd place. Todd, 32 cars here tonight.
That's a decent field for this playoff race tonight. I mean, it seems to me like Sim 500 itself, out of all the leagues that they do, they have a pretty good car count.
So, Todd, the question came up. Who gets it, dude?
Well, Daniel Falkingham is going to be hard to beat, but I do want to say the one guy that will be able to do it is Justin Fuller.
Yeah, you got to watch the guys that can save tires. Honestly, this is a tire eater track, especially with this track temp. There'll be a lot of slipping and sliding.
Yep.
I mean, we honestly could. It's 104 track temp now. That's probably going to heat up a little bit more once we get rolling here. Somebody's going to have to search for a different line. That's the thing. You're going to have to search for a different line, especially on long roads. You're going to have to find the cooler track temp.
Right.
In order to, find some grip level on here, I think. Man, I don't know. This is going to be a good one, though. I'm actually looking forward to it. I think that we could be looking at, honestly, one of the best races we've had lately. I do want to mention, by the way, Daniel Falkingham has not picked up a victory since August the 4th, which was the last week before the playoffs started. So he has been winless for a while, Todd, over a month, which is quite a bit for him.
Yeah, it's a little interesting, I guess you could say. Normally, Falkingham's right there at the top, but...
And here's what's interesting with this situation, okay? As we get set to go green, I'll bring this back up. But there is an interesting situation I noticed kind of with the trend here. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Pace car pulls off. Never mind.
Not yet.
I thought a short track. I forgot. I got so excited just now. I got so excited. It's going to be a big letdown if I don't get that excited next time by.
Well, here,
go ahead.
Let me ask you this. 150 laps. Tires are going to be interesting tonight.
Yes.
What's your prediction as far as pit stops goes?
You could run this track a long time with the fuel mileage. They run 100% fuel here in this series.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I would honestly say every 30 laps, though. If you have to pit, like if a caution comes out at lap 30, you got to pit. You can't stay out. Tires are going to be important, depending on how many sets they got. That's the thing. I'm not quite sure how many sets they have.
Right.
So take that for what it's worth. But now we can get ready to do this, Todd. Pace car being led or out front, ready to drop to the left and get this race underway. It is Daniel Falkingham, or Brian Macklin and Daniel Falkingham, should I say. Pace car is in. Green flag. Set the wave, and we are racing from Iowa. Green flag out. Playoff race number 1 of round 2. Side by side, a lot of close. Already beating a banging Todd up front. Yeah,
Daniel Falkingham kind of, I don't know if he came up into Macklin or Macklin came down, but they kind of met in the middle.
Definitely contact.
Going into turn 1, and as you see right now, I believe this is going to be the trend for tonight. Running that high lane is going to have the momentum out of the corner. Yeah. And these guys are going to be able to defend their spots as Macklin will lead lap 1.
Out of turn 4, that high line will be a thing. You cannot run the high line in 1 and 2. It is way too bumpy for you to do so. 3 and 4, it is magnificent running the high line, and you can't do that. As we watch the 18 right now, Bentley Glasser's dropping back just a little bit here. He's actually down 3 spots on the inside right now. Mike Kelly in that 2 cannot slide up right now.
Daniel Falkingham took a look inside of Macklin in 3 and didn't have enough speed, but he was able to clear Dalton to maintain his second spot right now. Out of turn 2, down the backstretch they go.
Still looking right now at Bentley Glasser. Still losing some spots. It's Tommy Ryan
Macklin
now looks to the outside.
What's that?
Sitting here looking right now as we watch Bentley Glasser. Oh, 99 is going to get loose. Big wreck happening in the middle.
Yep.
Tommy Ryan gets loose. Sends Doy Woods. Caution flag comes out. Multiple cars not involved in this one. Doy Woods, a hard hit. Trying to see if any of our playoff contenders was in that. A lot of dodging for position when this happened. There you see the slide. The 23 gets a little piece of it. Multiple cars spin. Everybody else does a fairly decent job sliding through the grass. It looks like no playoff contenders was involved. Joey Gattina, let me double check him just to make sure. It looks like he's going to be A-OK as well. So no playoff contenders in it, but still. Actually, well, I take that back because they ain't. I said the 99, didn't I? So yeah, he was involved. Tommy Ryan, he's going to have some pretty major damage. I did not, for some reason, just ignored that. But there's the damage on the 99. Tommy Ryan tracked the Northern Tooling Equipment. A big mistake out of very uncharacteristic driving style or driving right there by Tommy Ryan, because normally that does not happen, Todd. I mean, that is a guy with almost 4,000 I rating. That lets you know how snappy this track is.
Yeah, and it's kind of a good thing that this caution had come out when it did, because out of turns 3 and 4, Justin Fuller had a heck of a run on Daniel Falkingham and Brian Macklin.
I was looking, remember I was talking about the trends as we see Glasser coming down. Maybe going to get something done here, but I was talking about the trends of this race or the trends of this season, for example. So it's very interesting because Daniel Falkingham at the beginning of this year, Todd, you know, dominating, like it wasn't even close. I mentioned that his last win wasn't on August 4th. The previous win was not until, the win before that didn't happen until June 23rd. He hasn't won very much, a lot, really, since June 23rd.
Right, so that just tells you everybody else has stepped their game up in this series.
Justin Muller and Brian Macklin 100% have. Macklin's got the win back on July 7th, okay. Now, he did not get a win until August 25th, but if you go look at Justin Fuller, he got July 14th, July 21st, then won again last week, September 8th. I mean, honestly, man, Todd, I hate saying this. I really hate saying this because I don't want a lot of fire underneath him. I think Falkingham's kind of on the outside looking in at the moment at some of these guys. It's tough to say. But
it is tough to say, but these guys, they can jump up and grab that win at any second. And that's what Daniel Falkingham really doesn't need. So as we're working our first caution of the night, Brian Macklin leads, Daniel Falkingham, Justin Fuller running 3rd, Tyler Dalton 4th, Mike Kelly running 5th, Ryan Howard 6th, Josh Parker 7th, Jeff Hollingsworth 8th, Brian Boris Cook 9th, and Randy Yoakum rounds out your top 10.
Hopefully the microphone's a little bit better. I was having some trouble with Discord, it looks like. But anyway, hopefully it's good now. A little bit better anyway. So, Todd, we will get ready to double back up here in just a momentarily. In just a moment. If you're the Macklin machine, do you go on the inside? It looks like he may take the inside this time. No, he is going to let you go to the outside.
Yeah, and that's the great.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Lights are still on, so.
Yeah. Next time around, he should be able to decide. If I'm him, man, I take the outside. I mean, it worked out for you on the initial start. I wouldn't change a thing if it actually worked.
I agree. I think, why would you, you know? You're able to take the lead, and honestly, and by all means, I don't mean any disrespect towards Falkingham. He's honestly legit still one of the best drivers. And honestly, could still win his championship. So, you still got to keep an eye on Falkingham 100%, no matter what. But right now, he's just not the hottest driver. Like, if we was doing power rankings, he would not be my top one. Personally, it would be Fuller, then Falkingham, and then Macklin. And that's just by us doing it, you know, like if we was to make one. And then I may throw Tyler Dalton maybe 4th. I think that's a tough one. Well, Dalton's kind of struggled, I think. I'll throw EJ in fourth. I think he's been running pretty well. So, but anyway,
pace lights have come off the pace car, and look at this. Brian Macklin has chosen the inside.
Yeah, and maybe what this is, Todd, maybe a smart move, because I started thinking they're allowed to go once the pace car drops now.
Right.
The initial start is on green. Now they can go as soon as the pace car goes in. That may be what he's thinking, trying to get the early jump and have that bottom side to slide up and go to the middle of the high line if he needs 2 and 3 and 4.
Right.
Better watch out for that 51, though.
I know. He was coming with a head of steam there when we had the... before we had the yellow, and he's... Yep.
He is on that pace car. He's literally inside.
So here we go. Brian Macklin looking for the green flag, and there it is. Green flag is back out of the air here in Iowa.
We are racing once again here at Iowa, but the 51, a big push. How about Justin Fuller?
Yep. Yeah, he had a lot of steam, pushed the 30 machine out there, and now he...
Tyler Dalton making a big move here, up to fourth. Maybe try to look for third. Not going to be able to get it. Here comes two as well. Mike Kelly making a move.
A lot of good battles so far early in this restart here, but man, I gotta tell you, it's gonna be tough to hold off these two behind Brian Macklin right now.
So one thing I'm kind of curious about, Todd, is on the long run, if we can get a little bit laps on these tires, I think these tires will start to feel a little bit better. It may take 15 to 20 laps,
right?
Green flag top run, but I feel like, as far as losing off turn 4, I feel like it could get better.
No, and I noticed that when I last ran here myself, it did take about 10 to 12 laps for the tires to come in, and you are absolutely right. Once some tires do get up to temperature, they don't slide like that unless they're really worn out. Then you start getting...
Better be watching out for this Mike Kelly number 2 truck. He is moving right now. He's trying to put a pass on Falkingham right now.
Yeah, and he's running that high lane, and it looks like it's working to his advantage right now.
Battle up front for the lead as well. Not going to be able to take that at the moment. But here comes... Look at Kelly.
Yeah, look at that run that he got off of turn 4.
Wow. Best run Mike Kelly's had, I feel like, in a while right now. And, I know we're...
Don't count him out.
Yeah, his last win, Todd, if I'm not mistaken, has not happened because his teammate won back at Daytona.
Right.
So
Justin Fuller keeps trying to peek to the inside in turns 3 and 4 on Macklin.
Also a good race right here, Todd. It is Kevin Brown and Randy Yoakum, both in the playoffs. That 93 and 8 truck kind of battling each other here. We're Yoakum up on the outside right now, and then on the bottom of that silver truck is Kevin Brown. Both playoff drivers.
Yeah, that's going to be key, is if them guys can keep running this side by side without any contact, at that point it's going to be, okay, who can last the longest on them that set of tires running as hard as they are.
Something happened to Tyler Dalton, because we've seen him up to 4, now he's back to 9 and dropping back a little bit.
Yeah, I wonder if he's used up a little bit of that tires. We got a wreck. I think he saved it.
Jeff Hollingsworth. Yeah, we will get a replay. Oh, he had contact with Kevin Brown, making contact with him off the corner. Both do a good job saving it. Kevin Brown loses. Where did he go? Oh, he's back in 14th now. At 93.
Good battle for 10th and 11th between Richard Swaverly and EJ O'Rourke.
O'Rourke, of course, in the playoffs as well. EJ at 41. Actually, Brian Bortles-Cook, actually another playoff driver. A lot of playoff battles going on right now.
Yeah, especially 8th and 9th there between Chad Coleman and Randy Yoakum.
Yeah, because Todd, what makes this playoff so big here, this round, is we go from 14 drivers down to 8 for the championship 3.
That's another big cut.
Yeah, so pretty big. That is a pretty big cut, ain't it? That's 6 drivers.
Yep. So Justin Fuller still looking to the inside of Brian Macklin, still not able to at least throw enough speed at him to come off of turn 4 to contend for that top spot right now. But
and that's the thing. That's just Iowa racing. We know kind of what to expect here. I think we both knew what to expect. Once these tires really settle in, it's tough to make a pass. It really is.
Brian Macklin looked like he got a little bit higher than usual.
Yeah, he did.
In turns 3 and 4, but he's still able to hold off Justin Fuller.
Going to be kind of curious what if we stay green until lap 40 once that long run sets in. You know, overall, what's going to happen with these tires management? That's where you'll see guys that have managed tires better really creeping up through the field. And maybe some guys towards the back. I mean, we really don't know what's going to happen. If you can save tires here, it does wonders on long run.
Yeah, and I mean, look at Daniel Falkingham, for instance. He's running 4th there. Yeah, I kind of expect him to be kind of settling in and trying to save a little tire here to see if he can go a little bit longer than some of these other guys.
Honestly, that is what makes Falkingham so good. Like, honestly. Like, we're sitting there saying, as far as our power rankings, he would be second. Of course he would right now. But as far as saving tires, he's one of the best at doing so, I believe. And right now, I'm like a top 5 all playoff drivers.
Right. And as far as I know, to me, he is the best at saving tires, hands down.
I think so, too. I mean, there may be a couple guys that's maybe as equally as good, but it's hard to say. I don't know. I mean, Fuller's pretty good at it, I feel like. But I don't know. I still don't know if he's as good as Falkingham as far as saving tires.
Right. Good battle for 15th and 16th between E.J. O'Rourke and Joey Gattina.
Yeah, Joey trying to take this spot away, it looks like.
And I believe E.J. has actually dropped a few spots here. For a while there, he was running, what?
10th, wasn't it?
For 10th, yeah.
Yeah, Todd, and honestly, if you go look, it's pretty interesting because 7th playoff, 8th playoff, 9th playoff, then we go to 11th playoff, 12th playoff, and back 14th, 15th, 16th, all playoff drivers. Right now, our lowest running playoff driver is in 20th, Tommy Ryan, who was in that crash, but he's slowly working his way back up. Don't count Tommy out of this race. He can still get a top 10.
Oh, no, he is. I would say as of lately, he's been really consistent on his finishes.
Yeah.
So he definitely has the time and the effort to obviously get into the top 10 and maybe even out of the top 5.
Yeah.
I mean, only a quarter, well, not necessarily a quarter into this, but we're on lap 27. Don't know why I said quarter, but
fine. So I'm sitting here looking kind of at Tommy's last few race finishes. He finished 5th last week at Las Vegas, okay?
Yep.
The previous week at Dover, remember, he got a top 3. He finished in 3rd. The previous week at Richmond, he finished he finished 3rd at Richmond as well. And then we could throw Daytona in just for good measure. I don't think he really finished great. Finished 10th, which is not bad by any means for this series. But, I mean, you talk about top 10 finishes every finish for the last for the last round. To advance to the round of 8, you're going to need that.
No, and I don't like to throw myself into the fire here, but I'm probably one of the best at being consistent and not winning.
Yeah.
Kind of like how Chase Elliott was in his early Cup career.
Right.
But
second place Chase.
Yep.
That's where your nickname came from too. Second place Chase always finished in second.
Yep. But I mean, Tommy Ryan has shown that exact performance just like I have, and he's actually shown it at a perfect time, because in order to go into each round, you don't necessarily have to win. You just got to have them good, solid finishes.
For sure.
So 30 laps in, Brian Macklin is actually starting to pull away now, as these guys are starting to battle for second. I mean, they're not battling hard, but Macklin has definitely picked up the pace. I mean, last I seen, he was 3 or 4 tenths ahead of these guys. Now he's actually doubled that. Well, maybe not at the moment, but so far he's actually starting to pull away. So to me, I think that means that the tires are starting to wear a little, and we're going to start seeing these guys start falling further off the pace once these tires get older as this run goes on.
For sure. Right now I'm watching the 23 Josh Parker, who's a very talented driver, by the way. I'm surprised he really didn't make this round or the playoffs. He's a good driver. Ryan Howard. This is a guy I've been waiting on to get a win for really since the beginning of the season. He still hasn't broken into the win column, finished second multiple times, finished third multiple times. Just hasn't established into the champions or into the win category yet.
Right.
But I think, honestly, I keep saying it every time, with him especially, it could happen any time. So who knows? We're still watching right now and waiting to see when that will happen. And that is a battle right now going on for that fifth position with Josh Parker and Ryan Howard.
Yeah, he's going to look to the inside. Going to see if he can get the run off, and he will not. Ryan Howard able to defend that spot going down into turn 1.
Yeah, honestly, Todd, 3 and 4 reminds me a lot about kind of like dirt track racing because you run that high line kind of like where the cushion would be.
Right.
And you're able to get that momentum. Basically, you have to slide job people here. You're going to see the 23 send it in a little deeper here, it looks like. Now, if he can stay even with him all the way out of the corner, down the straightaway, he'll be able to get a good chance in 1 and 2, but you see it right there. Falkingham also looking on Mike Kelly.
Yeah, last lap, Falkingham was looking on the outside of Mike Kelly down here in turns 1 and 2. Falkingham getting another loose there out of turns 2.
And that is just old tires now, because now we're sitting inside 160-degree track camp with cars on track now. So, not super surprised to see some of these cars starting to have a little bit of tightness or looseness. Either one.
It's just the name of the game.
That's when it comes to here. Bentley Glasser looking on the inside. Jeff Ryan trying to take over the 16th spot. EJ, by the way, Todd is falling back. He's back to 19th right now. Falling back.
Oh, boy.
He's getting passed by multiple trucks. Something's wrong with 41. But he is really off the pace right now. Really off the pace. I mean, he's getting
this is very uncharacteristic of him.
Yeah. And the thing is, EJ, good driver. I mean, you see, not counting these other guys out, they're good enough too. But Charlie Woods, Michael Waters, and somebody decides to throw something on the ground and spike it. And now just look at that because apparently the whole world stopped moving when that happened.
Oh, boy.
Oh, gosh.
I'm not going to ask what you mean by that, but...
It looked like her facial expression when it dropped literally just stared at me. Anyway, Justin Fuller still up out of turn or running second. Let me check times here. Yeah, that time I feel like pretty close. I mean, he's a little bit faster, but Macklin right now, even with that close of a time, Fuller still would not be able to get around him at the moment. Just because of off turn 4 and stuff, but.
Right, and I've seen, the past few laps now, it seems like these guys are pretty much keeping it very consistent on where they've been running. This is what
we expected from Iowa. Like, this is honestly what we both expected. We knew if they got a green flag run underneath their belt, it would be tough. Now, once we hit the green flag stops, that's where things become interesting because these are coming out on cold tires on a very hot track. So,
and you know what happens when that
happens.
Yeah, you know what happens with that?
Yeah.
Somebody loops it coming out of turn or out of the pit stall.
Yeah, not only that, Todd, we didn't even talk about it really in our pre-race. The pit entry. Pit entry is very tough. You're coming off a hot track to a very cold track with hot tires. There's not a lot of grip. We've seen people sliding from pits earlier just by doing a few lap practice around the pit.
Right, and another thing that makes this place so much harder to get on the pit road, you can't really see pit road until the last second, just like you said, making that comparison to Richmond. It's the same way. It's kind of like it's a blind entry, I guess you could say.
Here's one of the cars that is starting to move up through the field, Todd, and we talked about it. Once that long run sets in, who's it going to be? And right now it is Jason Brom. Not much of a time. Brom did this a couple weeks ago. As he works up out of turn 4, going to move himself into 11th spot. He is up 9 spots from where he started. Joey Catina's up 13 spots. Make that 14 spots now. So both of them cars or trucks moving up to the field.
Yeah, you really got to keep an eye on these two. If they can have some really good runs tonight, you know, they're going to have some really good momentum going into next week. And they could ultimately put themselves in a chance to where they could kind of sneak their way into the next round.
Yeah, next week's going to be a very interesting race. We go to Homestead. Personally, not the biggest fan of that track. I just don't like the racing there. I never have. Not even when they ran the championship race there, I wasn't a big fan of it. It is a unique track, I will say that. With its own style, which I like. But we go to, so our next 4, let me go ahead and go over a round, because we haven't done that yet. It is Iowa, Homestead, Texas. Then we have an off week, and then we got Talladega. Talladega is definitely a crapshoot, honestly.
Yep.
But the rest of them are not. And then our final round, of course, is Michigan, Phoenix, and Atlanta for our final 3. So, I think everybody in this round can afford one mediocre race.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if you can come out here really with the top 12, I think you're good. Personally, if that's your worst finish, if you average a finish of 12th in this, you're going to be good to the next round with 8 cars, or trust me.
Right.
Now, you don't want to go out here and place like 25th or last by any means, your first race. But if that is, I think you still got a chance to make the next round. One race will not dictate this round. That's my personal opinion.
Right. There's a lot of good tracks coming up. You know, that these guys, you know, a lot of these playoff guys do have good runs at. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Here's another thing that's interesting. 12 of our top 12 right now has 11 playoff drivers. Josh Parker in 6th, the only one without not in playoffs.
That doesn't surprise me, really.
Yeah, and honestly, now if you're like Tommy Ryan, Brian Boris Cook, or EJ, then you got to worry a little bit if you're EJ, because EJ's still dropping back. I mean, he's under attack right now from Doy Woods, who we've seen, and there's the 41. Big problems. He goes around the backstretch. Doy Woods, more contact. Green flag stays out. No caution. Doy Woods could not get out of the woods literally tonight.
No.
Like, come on. That man was minding his business again and somebody got loose.
I know.
I'd be so mad if I was him. It ain't funny, but it's true.
I know. I'm not laughing because he was involved. I'm laughing at the...
Can't get out of the woods. Yeah, that was pretty good. No, man, this guy has the worst luck tonight. And he's disconnected, and now he's mad. Probably mad at you for laughing at him. But you talk about a horrible luck, Todd. That's twice. The only race that's happened has been him.
I know, and it kind of gives you that kind of mood where you don't really want to come back.
Oh, I wouldn't want to come back. I've been cussing everybody out. There's another truck dropping off the track. That is somebody. Justin Garner dropping off. Yeah, a lot of damage on the 82. He just killed a pit wall in the entry. He don't even care. He's taking the FedEx, putting it on the truck. He needs to go get some duct tape. And we got Michael Waters having issues on pit road. He had to back it up. Meanwhile, EJ, our playoff contender, the truck's damaged really bad right now. I mean, he's literally all over the track right now. I'm going to be honest, EJ, this is weird. He is really struggling here.
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to get at while we had our little brief laughing session there.
He's literally about to go around.
Yeah. I mean, EJ cannot afford to have this bad of a run.
Not that bad. You don't want to finish 25th and below. Not when all the other playoff drivers are literally inside the top 15 almost.
No, because this is going to have to put him into basically a must-win situation for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, if everybody finishes, where they are, even next week and week after, yeah, he's going to be in a must-win. That's the thing. And that, you talk about an upset, because this is a guy that we was talking about, that would be top 5 in our power rankings.
Right.
I mean, he is so far off the pace right now. He just went a lap down, bring the truck in. I mean, you're going to have to get fresh tires. I see it. He's willing the heck out of it. We're hopping on board right now. You see Justin Ford just went around him a moment ago. And that is teammates, by the way, too, EJ. Right now, he would be the lucky dog if a caution was to come out for now. But, I mean, man, he's really working that wheel coming off these corners.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's not going to be a fun time if he's got to, you know, make it another, little less than 100 laps. You know, that's going to be a long night.
And it's a tough track to have that happen. Man, I get so frustrated when my truck literally just wants to snap and everybody else is going around me. I get so mad. Like, that makes me mad as a driver. I'm going to be honest. And I don't race a ton anymore.
No.
But that makes me really mad as a driver when my truck's snappy loose.
Right, and I understand it too because I get to that point where maybe it's not at that point.
Yeah.
Where I get frustrated at is, okay, I'm starting to figure out how to keep it underneath of me, but yet how is everybody else still going as fast, if not faster, and I'm not even gaining any time? That's where I get frustrated.
Right? That is an issue. Mike Kelly dropping back a little bit here. He's back to 6th. It's Josh Parker and also Ryan Howard both get around him. He's going to fall into the clutches now. Tyler Dalton. Dalton right now running P7, maybe taking a peek here underneath the 2 truck. I do want to mention still, right now, inside of our top 14, 12 of them are playoff contenders. Tommy Ryan just getting passed by Jeff Hollingsworth for 8 or 17. Man, pit stops probably, honestly, Todd, if you're these guys now.
I mean, they got to be coming here pretty shortly.
If I can make it to lap 75, I'll make it to 75, personally.
Yeah.
That way to cut this race in half on a one-stop race. Well, I'm not worried about field mileage. Field mileage is not an issue. You can make it literally 100 laps on fuel here, or close to it. It's your tires, though. Your tires are just killed right now.
Well, unless you work some magic like Justin Fuller and Daniel Falkingham, you know, who have, what would you say, an ungodly talent at pushing, at saving these tires, making them go, you know.
What's that make you so mad?
It's kind of frustrating in a way. It's like how?
Yeah, it makes me so mad. And I mean, honestly, all they do is just lift a little bit or brake a little bit more or something like that. It ain't nothing special. I mean, it's really not. But, man, they do a good job of it, that's for sure.
Yeah, like, I mean, we're talking, let's just say, if everybody can make it to lap 75, them two will definitely try to push it to, like, lap 80, between 80 and 83. So you're talking, like, 5 to 6 more laps on them tires compared to everybody else. And that's where they gain their time on everybody.
Yeah, I agree.
So back up front, coming to lap 64 of 150, it is Brian Macklin leading the field. He's enjoying about a half a second lead over Justin Fuller, and Daniel Falkingham now running third, about a second behind him, with Ryan Howard and Josh Parker running top 5.
Tyler Dalton looking underneath Mike Kelly right now, going into turn 3. It'll be tough to make this pass in turn 3 and 4, but we'll see. Still side by side. 19 going to come up a little bit. Not going to be able to make the pass at the moment. But still, pretty well. He's going to have a chance here in 1 and 2. He's back underneath him again.
Yeah, he's going to sail it into turn 1. Going to try to roll the entry out of turn 2. Not going to have enough speed. I think he's going to try to drive it in deep here in 3.
Try to do a slide job, maybe. I feel like that's what you got to do.
Not going to have enough. Now,
but,
see, if he was able to get a little bit closer, basically right on his door, I think he would have been able to have enough side draft to kind of suck him behind him.
He's going to have a chance. He's going to not be able to clear this. He's going to have a chance here in 3 and 4 to sit it in. He ran a little bit higher as well, so he'll get a good run off the exit. But the 2, still a better run, running a little bit higher.
It's the high line. It's so hard to beat here.
It's a good race right here between these two. Really good racing right now.
Dalton still looking to the inside of Mike Kelly.
You remember a couple of years ago when Tom Majeski ran the iRacing car here at Iowa and had done a heck of a job. Got wrecked and still, I think, finished top 5.
Man,
a heck of a run.
Yeah, that's a heck of a run.
Yeah, he worked that day. Here we go. Big run right there from the 19. Going to even up with him down the back stretch. He's
still not able to clear him.
He's sending him pretty deep there.
He's going to slide him this time, and he's able to clear him.
There's your dirt pass. That is identical. By the way, pit stops out of the way. Josh Parker, first one in.
Now the question is going to be, how long do we wait to see our top 5 come down pit road?
Yeah, I mean, that's a.
We're on lap 69 right now.
Yeah, really,
coming to lap 70.
Really, you could hit any time, I think. Honestly, I think that it wouldn't be a problem if you hit any time. If you wanted to hit pit road now, I don't think it would be an issue, personally.
Right, and look at this right here. This is what I was talking about. Justin Fuller and Daniel Falkingham. They have slowed their pace. Now they're down to 1.3 and 1.4 seconds behind Brian Macklin. This is the time where you see them slowing way down to save their tires to go a little bit further than everybody else.
Yeah, that's a smart strategy. I mean, it really is. The thing is, you don't want to wait too long here on this track, personally. Oh, big wiggle there for 39. But 71 laps here. Coming to 72, Todd. Fastest lap of the race. Set by Justin Fuller way back on lap 30.
That doesn't surprise me either. I mean, that's when we had that yellow, I believe was lap 3.
Yes, I think so. So coming up to 73 next time by for the 39 and the 51. Almost to that halfway point. There's some smoke. Don't see where the smoke's coming from. Maybe somebody on pit road. Or the smoke tires or something like that. But
yeah, coming out of turn 2 here, looks like Daniel Falkingham's going to have a good run out of turn 2. Going to try to contest this spot with Justin Fuller. The both are going to run the high lane here in 3 and 4. Falkingham with a good run out of turn 4.
By the way, top 10 all playoff drivers.
That does not surprise me either.
There is a reason why they're in the playoffs, you know.
Yep.
May have
Justin Fuller with a big slide out of turn 2.
Pit stops on the way. Brian Boris Cook, Richard Swatterly also on pit road.
Here's Daniel Falkingham looking to the inside of Justin Fuller out of turn 4. Had a little bit of a slide there.
Also,
look for.
Who was?
Look for Falk.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
You're fine. I was just going to say look for Falkingham to try to send it in deep. Obviously not the case.
Mike Kelly on pit road. Jeff Hollingsworth.
That's a good call.
Yeah, I like that call too. Waiting to see who else comes to pit road. Mike Kelly has to back up in his pit box, Todd.
That's not good.
Yep. Daniel Falkingham side by side here with Justin Fuller. This is for second place.
Yeah, I've noticed Justin Fuller has been trying to side draft the 39 coming out of the corner to kind of slow him down because Falkingham's had really good runs out of turns 2 and 4 on Justin Fuller and just didn't have enough speed to kind of get ahead of him. Going to be interesting to see what happens here.
On pit road, Chad Coleman down and away on pit road. Good call there by him as well. You talk about a difference in
got a spin down here.
Brian Boris Cook, playoff driver. That's fresh tires, Todd.
Yep. And like you said,
yep.
You know, fresh tires on a on a hot racetrack is not what you want. Unfortunately, that will not bring out a yellow for that.
Yeah, he just loses it on the inside of Brian Macklin. That was a scary moment there for Macklin. You want to mention right now, Todd. Bentley Glasser also on pit road. We're still waiting. Yes. Kevin Brown coming to pit road.
That's a good call.
Yep, good strategy.
Who was that spun out on the backstretch there? Was it, I believe...
Chad Coleman, another playoff driver.
Yep.
No caution. That's the thing. If you're off this racing surface here, caution does not get called here if you're off the track.
No, and I'm still kind of watching this battle between Falkingham and Fuller. And right now, they're just enjoying this nice little battle.
They got a lot of traffic behind them.
Yeah, this is the part where I get a little frustrated again with some of these guys that may be faster than me at a time in this race, but now they're just kind of blocking the racetrack. And I've got fresh tires. It's like, come on, settle your battle, or I'm going to make you settle your battle.
It does not matter if you're in the playoffs or not. I agree. Go. The person's back in here. Stop. Look at this.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. 51 hard in the wall.
Yep.
Wow.
I knew it was coming, and like I just said, they basically made them guys finish that battle.
Now, the thing is, Todd, I know the 51 got in the wall. That damage is not going to hurt Fuller. Okay? He got into it pretty good, but you can see his times did not drop. Look at this spot. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
I don't think he's seen the 38 coming up that quick. This is the thing, man. When you don't pit and you wait, you get that. Here's the 38. Almost in the back of Falkingham.
And this is what I'm talking about. Here we are, lap 83, and these guys still have not pitted yet. And now this is getting to that point where it's actually starting to hurt them.
Jason Brum's on pit road. He's seen enough. He said, yeah, we're pitting. You've got to. I mean, man, you can't wait. Like, personally, when that happens, because there's a chance you can get run over.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a different story for our leader, Brian Macklin, now enjoying a 2.2-second lead. He's got clean air, so it's not really the same for him and, compared to Daniel Falkingham and Justin Fuller, who are weaving in and out of traffic, as Falkingham now going to decide to bring it down pit road. So now, if I'm Justin Fuller, I come down pit road this time by.
Yeah, I think really you got to. You see Chad Coleman splitting some of these cars as well, or these trucks as well. Still watching Brian Macklin. Man, you gotta start getting a little bit scared. Yeah, Falkingham is on pit road.
Yeah, Fuller did not come down pit road, so we're still waiting on him.
Top 5 right now have not pitted. Just FYI. See if Macklin comes this time. If I'm Macklin, I'm hitting pit road. Yeah, here he comes. Race leader on pit road. Brian Macklin has been out there for 77 laps leading. I'm sorry, 85
And here
laps.
comes Justin Fuller as well. I don't know if this is going to be... I don't know how that's going to play out.
It'll be close. Ryan Howard staying out to lead a lap. Good call, I think, for him.
Going to kind of watch Justin Fuller here coming to his pit stall.
Yeah, we've seen some people have trouble. It's a tough pit box. Yep, there you go. Back
Yep,
up.
there you go.
That's a lot of time lost. I mean, that was literally about maybe, top 4 tenths or so right there? Maybe 5?
Maybe, yep. And that's what you cannot have, especially in this race right now, being 88 laps into this one, and it's a playoff race. I mean, you definitely cannot have one mistake. Not only that, now you going out there on
you ain't gonna believe this.
fresh tires.
You ain't going to believe this. Brian Macklin has got caught speeding.
Yep, and I believe Justin Fuller is going to have an unsafe pit exit as well.
Oh, my goodness. The guy that has led every lap has just got caught, and it's going to cost him this race.
Now,
Justin Fuller?
Yep. Yeah, because he was to the right of the blue cone.
Oh, man. We'll be waiting to see. Where's he at?
He's running behind Macklin right now.
Oh, goes a wreck. He's bumping the 70.
Oh, boy. Now, looks like the 6 there didn't know that the 51 was there. Almost made contact with him. Oh, boy. 3 wide.
Oh!
Fuller's going. Oh, there we go.
Around. No caution, Todd.
Oh, yellow's out.
There it is. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
And man, this is it's one of them things. Fresh tires, no tires. I mean, you put, no offense to, I mean, it's definitely on Fuller on that one.
Right.
He made it looks like he got a little loose off the corner and came up, and yeah, he definitely got loose and overcorrected just a little bit and tagged Jose. Tough break there for 70, really. Man,
championship implications.
Brian Workman up front. He's like, well, this worked out great.
And look at this. Look who's in second. Tommy Ryan.
84 laps and 82 laps on those set of tires for both of them. If you're Falkingham, you can't stay out.
No.
You can't, even with 5 laps on your tires, that's a big difference, especially here. And
right, and I mean,
we'll see if he stays out. I don't think you should, personally. Yeah, he's not.
He's going to come
He
down.
He just got caught speeding. It is going to be very close. There was smoke on his tires when he came in. It was very close. The 74, Brian Wortman in his pit box. Boy, that changed the game, didn't it, Todd? That's quick. Up front.
Yeah, this is going to bring some new names to the top of the board.
I like it a lot. By the way, Ryan Howard staying out. Randy Yoakum staying out. I don't like Yoakum's choice to stay out. He's got 12 laps. Jason Brahms got 9 laps stayed out. Do not like that call.
Nope. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
Because now we got to talk about wheel spin on this restart.
Oh, Falkingham did not get up here. So that's good. Yeah, we did not mention that wheel spin could be big here, especially with track tip now 100 degrees.
With these guys having, what'd you say, about 10 or 12 laps on these tires, you know, and I don't see them basically working the track, you know, to put heat into them tires. So that's going to make it a little more harder for them.
This race got interesting quick, Todd.
It's all right. We kind of needed it.
We did. We got really good. So here's what's interesting, because now everybody's pretty much going to have fresh tires besides, we'll go ahead and say our top 4. Dalton's pretty close. He's got like 1 lap. It ain't going to be that big of a deal. He's got 4 total, but I don't know.
So out of turn 2, we're working our second caution of the night, 93 laps in. You got Ryan Howard leading the field, Randy Yoakum running second, Jason Brum running third, Tyler Dalton fourth, Josh Parker fifth, Mike Kelly sixth, Daniel Falkingham running seventh, Michael Waters running eighth, Richard Swaverly running ninth, and Tommy Ryan running 10th.
Yeah, Tommy Ryan actually spent 27 seconds really in his box when he pitted. I believe he was getting some damage repaired, I'm pretty sure. But man, Tommy Ryan back in his game now.
And like we said before, when he had that incident earlier, you know, he's got the time to catch back up, and here he is within the top 10. Now it's going to be interesting to see what he can do coming into this, you know, the last 40, 50 laps in this one.
We're about to get a lot of wave rounds, just FYI.
I do see that.
Yeah. I'm trying to see from the 54 on up. I mean, literally, a lot of these guys, I mean, Justin Fuller getting a wave around. He's probably not very happy. Kevin Brown getting a wave around. I mean, some guys that we just really didn't expect to be in that situation tonight. But, hey, if you're guys like Ryan Howard, this is your opportunity to get that win. And Randy Yoakum. And Jason Braun.
Yep.
This is your opportunity.
But like we had talked about, on this restart, these guys have older tires compared to, who would we say?
Falkingham. Mike Kelly.
Yeah.
Josh Parker.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if we can get this going and say they have a caution like 10 laps from now, that's really going to work out for Howard and Yoakum. That'd be big. And, I mean, I'm not saying there's a dang good chance we could get another yellow now. With fresh tires, it's 100%, like, could happen. May not, but it could. And I hope that it don't, but it very well could. Like, you don't, you know, you're not really hoping for that. So, One of them things.
So pace light should be coming off the pace car this time by. Or maybe it's already off. Because I'm a little behind maybe. Yep. Here we go.
Drops in.
Green flag is back out on the air here at Iowa. Ryan Howard had a good launch off of that restart.
Yeah, Jason Brom did not. Here comes Falkingham looking through by the scooter.
Yep.
That was close. I'm sorry, that was Josh Parker, not Falkingham.
Out of turn 2. So far, so good right now.
Right here's where we got to watch out of turn 4. They're up to speed. There he goes, Mike Kelly. Big save.
Wow.
That could be a championship save, Todd.
Yep, as now Josh Parker moves into second. He's going to set his sights on Ryan Howard.
Falkingham going to go up to the third lane. I like that move for Falkingham to move up. Try to get a big run here. Going to get blocked, though, a little bit from Randy Yoakum and Tyler Dalton.
Tyler Dalton going to look to the inside of Randy Yoakum. He's going to try to clear him here off of turn 2, but here comes Falkingham with a big run out of turn 2, going to turn 3.
That got ugly written all over it just now, and somehow they managed not to cause it.
Yep. Here's Falkingham looking under, Randy Yoakum again. Gonna clear him into turn 1 and 2. Big run coming down the backstretch out of turn 2 for Falkingham. Not gonna be enough as he sends it way up the racetrack. Gonna try to get that big run out of turn 4. Gonna try and capitalize on a big run coming down into turn 1 on Dalton. As now we got a battle for the lead between Ryan Howard and Josh Parker.
Yeah, this was a matter of time, I think.
Yep. Josh Parker looking to the inside, going to clear him with ease.
Yeah, he'll definitely take that. And the 33 may try to cross over. No, he's going to, well, he might now. Going to think better of it. I think he knows Parker's faster. And right now, Howard's main job is to stay in front of these other playoff contenders. That would be a big, not necessarily a win, Todd, but it would work out just as good, honestly.
No, and what's interesting as well is Josh Parker is not a part of the playoffs. No. So this could shake up the points as well.
Yeah.
If he was able to pick up the win here at Iowa.
That'd be big. I mean, I love seeing non-playoff guys win points or non-playoff or playoff races. That's pretty big. You also see the 18 Bentley Glasser going around Randy Yoakum. Glasser right now, not a playoff driver, inside the top 10. I do want to mention Tommy Ryan. He is making a move here as well. He's back inside P8 right now. So Tommy's starting to make a move.
Yeah, Randy Yoakum is dropping big time. And that's just a product of old tires versus new tires.
Yeah. Now we're starting to settle back in here. One of them things.
Good battle going on here between Chad Coleman and Randy Yoakum.
And then everybody else. Literally.
Do want to mention Justin Fuller is now up to 16th after that wreck.
I'm curious about him just from the tire standpoint. He's got about 5 laps older tires than the rest of this field in front of him. He needs a yellow, I feel like. If he can get a yellow, he's still got definitely can manage the top 10. So, something to think about for him. All in all, Todd, the race has been pretty good.
It's been pretty good. I mean, it got a little crazy there after pit stops, but I mean, I could see it even out here for the next 10 to 15 laps, and should be able to see a good finish for this one.
Some 3-wide racing a moment ago right there with Jason Brom, Richard Swabberly, and Randy Yoakum making it work. Good race right here for Jason and Richard and Randy and more right there. Jeff Hollingsworth, Kevin Brown involved in this as well. Really tight racing here. That's the thing. Anytime you start seeing them get this tight on a short track, because this is a short track in my opinion, Todd,
Same here.
Yeah, so anytime you see them get this tight or close tight of racing, that's where you got to watch, especially in a place like this, because it's very easy to make a mistake, especially at this place, and come up into that driver beside you. Almost like we're going to see right there, Randy Yoakum almost getting squeezed into the wall by Kevin Brown. Yoakum may not be too happy with that. That's the thing, Todd. If I'm, honestly, Randy Yoakum, if I'm in his situation,
I just try to get out of the way.
not only that, I mean, be aggressive at the same time, especially if you're in a playoff contender and that's the playoff contender cutting you off. Now, if it's not a playoff contender, you don't really care too much, I don't think. I mean, it is a point, but you
Right.
know, if they're faster, I wouldn't worry too much about it. So, I don't know. That's something just kind of watch out for. Josh Parker is checked out, by the way.
Yeah, and he just went around EJ again to put him another lap down.
Yeah, EJ's just not having a night here, and this is not what he wanted to start the second round.
Nope. A little bit further back, Tyler Dalton and Daniel Falkingham battling for third. Falkingham looking to the inside. Just going to send it in turn 3 and try to do the slide job. I don't think he's going to have quite enough room. He's going to try it anyways. Oh, boy. He barely got that between Ryan Howard and Tyler Dalton. I feel Daniel Falkingham, this is his time to go now, if I'm him. Because now he's looking under Ryan Howard.
Yeah, Ryan Howard trying to hold on to second here as Falkingham works on him for second place. We are coming to lap, what time? 113 next time by.
Yep.
So he's ticking away here at Iowa Speedway. Real quick, Todd, just want to shout out something. Red Sox Racing League returns tomorrow night.
Yeah,
Looking
that's
forward
going to
to
be a
that.
good race.
Kicking off a new season with Red Sox. We'll see. Very interesting. GT3 cars making the return back to Red Sox Racing. Everybody in the same class. And we're going to be at Red Bull. Red Bull Ring, I think is the name of the car. I'm not quite sure.
Yes.
Looking forward to that. I will tell you that it was Paul Gibson was the fastest in final practice last night. So,
Should be a good one there.
Yeah, it'll be a really good race. We'll see if PG-13 can continue their dominating ways that they have over the past 2 seasons.
Also, coming up Friday, I believe, Midnight Thunder will be at iRacing Super Speedway.
Yeah, death waiting to happen for everybody there. You like that track?
Personally, I've only seen a couple of races, and let me just tell you, it is a roller coaster track. I will give you that.
Fast, extremely fast, and they're going to be in the trucks as well. So, looking forward to that.
And then Sunday, where are we?
I don't know. Why'd you even ask me that? You did that on purpose, didn't you?
Yep.
I believe that we are going to be at Kentucky. September 19th, yes.
So that should be a good one there with the next-gen cars.
Yeah, and then it's going to be very interesting the week after that, September 26th, a doubleheader at Sonoma in Vegas.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that.
And right while we're on the subject here, kind of, I will actually be putting on a race coming November 20th. It's going to be street stocks at Nashville. There is going to be a entry fee, but all the funds from that entry fee will be going into a pot to where it will be divided up into the top 10 finishers of that main feature in that race. So
we'll hopefully have about 60 or 70 drivers to sign up for that. That'd be awesome.
Yes, and that's my goal, is to have between 50 and 60 guys sign up. Currently, we've got about a couple handful of guys interested in that. But if you are interested, go ahead and message myself or Adam.
I need to make a promo poster for that.
Yeah. The license requirements. There is a license requirement on this. You got to be at least Class C 2.0, and your I rating. There is there is a cap for that as well. There's a minimum of 1,000 iRating and a maximum of, I believe I put it to either 3 or 4,000.
I think it was 4, if I'm not mistaken.
So yeah, like I said, if you guys are interested in that, go ahead, send us a message or send myself a message, and we'll get you interested in signed up and all that other stuff.
We're not going to get you interested. We're going to get you entered.
Picking on me already. I see what you're doing.
We're going to get you entered into it. Not interested in it. If you message, apparently you are already interested. So.
Well, here I am promoting a race of my own, and I'm messing it up already.
That's true. Tommy Ryan working on Chad Colbert for 7th. Once again, no more pit stops should be needed unless a caution was to come out. I do want to mention Todd Justin Ford back inside the top 15 now, showing 14th.
Yeah, and that's going to help him as far as points go. Not going to be the finish that he's really going to want, per se, but it'll at least be
better what it
solid.
Yeah,
it's going to be a solid recovery from that late race incident there that he had. But while I was talking earlier, Daniel Falkingham was able to get around Ryan Howard, and now he's kind of catching up to our leader, Josh Parker.
Yeah, right now, last time by, Falkingham about a 10th faster than the race leader. Real quick, Todd, I want to give a shout out to Adam Mass, the winner of the ASL season opener at Daytona last week. Did a fantastic job. Only led 1 lap in that race, and it was the last one. So all he did, already cashing his way into the playoffs. By the way, you know they got a Dodge Manufacturer Championship over there now?
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't realize this, but last week I noticed that Matt's manufacturer on that car is a Dodge Charger. Pretty awesome. Yep. Pretty cool to see. Actually, there's a few of them like that over there.
Right.
I didn't realize that you could stamp headlights on them next-gen cars.
Apparently you can.
Yeah, it looks pretty sick, too. It's pretty good. I do want to mention right now, everybody inside the top 10. Oh, I'll take that back. Josh Parker, we got 8 out of top 10. Or 2 out of our top 10 is not playoff drivers, 10th and 1st right now. Richard Spalding in 10th, and Josh Parker, at the moment, leads this race.
So, do want to shout, well, not really shout out, but if you are watching this and you have a Twitter account, go ahead, snap a picture of yourself watching our broadcast and send it to us on Twitter, and we will mention you on the broadcast.
The link has been posted already in the YouTube chat. By the way, we will be back on Facebook this week with our doubleheader instead of just our normal, YouTube videos. We've had some trouble with password and stuff, but I think we got it all sorted out. So, we should be back there maybe tomorrow, if not Friday. Once I stop being lazy and paying for it.
So back up front, Josh Parker's lead has basically dropped in half, as Falkingham's now about a half a second behind Josh Parker.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Parker's still doing a great job. I mean, Falkingham is going to probably catch him. Can he get around him is going to be the question. I mean,
I think he can.
It's going to be tough. It will be extremely tough. We know that. He's going to have to work him a few laps. That's the thing. He's not going to be able to do it, the first time he gets there.
Right, and these 2 lap trucks that are ahead of Josh Parker right now could be giving him some fits, and that's where Falkingham can actually put the move on him and basically pin him behind them lap cars.
You're looking at the the traffic right in front of him. That's Jose Polanco. And there's another truck. Can't see the number, the 96, I believe, right there as well. There's maybe Gardner, I believe. Not putting me on that. No, that's Gerald Livingston. I'm sorry. And does get around him.
Yep, he put him 3 wide and was really close to that outside wall. And it turns 3 and 4, but was able to keep it off the wall. And now looks like Falkingham's going to clear them lap cars and set his sights on Josh Parker, as now he's down to like 4 tenths.
So now we get to race. That is the thing. Now we actually get to see these guys go at it.
Question is, when can Falkingham make this move? I mean, he's got 20 laps to do it, so there still is some time.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have time. It's just, we've seen a couple battles last 20 laps easily. here tonight.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I mean, he's going to have to try to figure out, maybe even get to his bumper, maybe try to get him a little loose off the corner. Could be a way to do it, or if you really want to race some heads up, you can try that too and see what happens.
Right now, these guys do not need a yellow.
Yep.
Basically, they just want to run this out.
Ryan Howard wouldn't mind seeing a yellow. He's got 4 laps over tires. I'm sure Justin Ford probably wouldn't mind seeing a yellow as well.
Nope.
He would have a chance to get back inside the top 10 right now. Fuller back in 13th. So I'm sure Randy Yoakum's another one of them cars. He's, 10 lap difference on tires between him. Right now, I do want to mention our lowest running points contender is EJ back in 27th place. Then it would actually go up to Brian Macklin, who's in 22nd, who got caught speeding on pit road. There's a lap down. Brian Macklin's got to be sick right now.
Oh. I feel so sorry for him.
That is a tough break. Like, that is your way to lock yourself into the next round. And well, actually, I don't think you lock yourself into the next round on here if you win. I forgot.
I don't think so either. Knock, knock. Guess who's here? Daniel Falkingham.
Well, about to get interesting.
I mean, he's so good on entry in 1 and 3, but out of turns 2 and 4, he just loses a little bit. See him right there, entering high. Gonna send it in. Gonna back it off.
Yeah, that's
and then,
what he's going to have to do. He's going to have to go high.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna he's just gonna really have to send it in high, and hopefully it doesn't pound the wall down.
Yeah. He's going to have to be able to get a big run. I'm going to be honest. Like I said, it's going to be tough to make this pass. Not easy to do. Track temp, by the way, at 99 degrees. Or if he gets to the back bumper and takes a little bit of air off the back spoiler, it could maybe get him a little loose or make him tighten up a little bit and send him up the track.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, we're on lap 137 or 150, and look what's ahead of them, about a half a straightaway ahead.
They're catching, too.
So, this is what Daniel Falkingham really, really wants. I mean, yeah, he wants to pass him right now, but his opportunity is going to be once Josh Parker catches these lap cars ahead of him. That's where he's going to make his move, I guarantee it.
Yeah, that's probably the best thing to do. Make Parker work through this traffic, and then you get through it better than him when he starts working through it. Well, 39 made a little mistake right there.
Yeah, pretty much had a 4-wheel slide out of turn 2.
Able to close back up a little bit, but you do see that little bit of a gap there, about 3/10 now separating them. So they lost about 1/10 to 2/10 right there.
Which honestly isn't really that much.
No. You talk about a big win for Parker, though.
Oh, this could be huge for him.
Because his last win, he won at Auto Club, which was not too long ago. He got it on July 28th.
Mm-hmm.
And that's his only win this season. So, and if I'm not mistaken, he led, I think, every lap with that Auto Club, or close to every lap. 60 laps, so out of 75. So he led quite a few. And guess who he beat? Daniel Falkingham. Yep.
Yep.
So, not saying he's going to do it, but he's got about 10 laps time to do so.
Yep. Out of turn 4, Daniel Falkingham still trying to catch Josh Parker.
I think he's used him up. I think he's used too much of his stuff.
I think so too. Yeah. But we're gaining on this lap traffic now. It's still possible.
That's going to be, honestly, that's going to be Josh's kryptonite, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Is when they get right here. They're coming up on, who is that, Charlie Woods?
I believe so.
Yeah, who is not a
and there you go.
Yeah, Woods does a smart thing right there.
Yep. But look at this. Falkingham gains a little on Parker.
Well, not anymore.
Nope.
The exit. Yeah, Falkingham's better on entry, but the exit, especially in 2, getting killed. Now, right here, he gained a little bit. Gained a little bit there. Was faster. Definitely was faster. Oh, this is interesting. Weird spot to catch a lap car. Pulls a little bit right there. The 23 does.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
The 39's going to close up onto the back of Josh Parker, but...
The exit.
Yeah, it's that exit.
They're right there, almost dead even on lap times. Ooh, interesting line right there by the 39.
Oh, boy. Looked like he was sliding a little there.
He did slid a little bit. Looks like, honestly, I hate to say it, but looks like he's trying to get to that back bumper.
Yeah, I think if I'm Falkingham now, man, I just got to send it into the bottom and turn one and just pray that it holds.
Well, only 5 laps to go next time by, as Josh Parker has been out front now for 45 laps after the big mistake by the 33. I'm sorry, not by the 33, by the 30 of Brian Macklin, who led literally.
He pretty much had this race won.
Yeah, I agree. 5 laps in the air. Josh Parker last time by a little bit faster, about a half a 10. Actually,
Daniel Falkingham had a better exit off of turn 2 that time by. But I think he's really.
I think he's overdriving it.
I think he's overdriving it here in 3 and 4. As you see him get a little sideways.
Yeah, he's overdriving like really deep in the 30. 1 and 2, I feel like he might be a little bit better. Maybe not as much on the exit of 2, but I feel like his entry's definitely better. He closes in. About even that time, but 3 and 4, he drops so deep in right there. I mean, I just feel like he loses it a little bit.
Yeah, he loses right about there.
Yeah, you can see the
from
gap.
about there all the way through till about right here.
Dead even lap time, by the way. Last time by 144 to 144.
Well,
by the way, Justin Fuller under attack for 13th as well. It looks like he's going to hold 13th for Michael Waters. Todd, we're getting lap traffic here with 2 laps to go. This lap traffic
what can Josh Parker do?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, EJ right there. EJ, if I'm EJ, I'm not putting up a fight with these leaders. Not with Josh Parker winning. You want Parker to win instead of the 39.
Exactly, and I believe, there you go. He's going to go to the bottom. Coming to the white flag, Josh Parker still trying to hold off Daniel Falkingham.
God, this is going to be good. This is going to be close. Falkingham closed a little bit there. Watching the 3 and 4. That's where it could happen. Josh Parker. That got closed. He's going to have a chance.
It's going to happen here.
Parker's got to be ready for that bump. Here comes the 39.
Here we go. He's going to set it in there.
My God.
But here comes Josh Parker with the crossover move. Josh Parker going to pick up the win here at Iowa.
What an attempt. Hey, good job by Daniel Falkingham, though,
yes.
man.
He did not try to wreck him.
No, that was a legit, by the way, good battle back here. I will say top 5, one of them are not playoff drivers, but how about the 23, Josh Parker, Todd?
Man, that was a great move. He's seen Daniel Falkingham coming and basically just backed the corner up and waited till Falkingham kind of made that mistake by... what happened?
Oh, the 14 and the 41 just killed each other.
Okay.
Not sure what that's about, but either way, we're going to talk to Josh Parker, picking up a big victory here at Iowa. Congratulations to him. We'll see if we can talk to him right now. Daniel Falkingham is, by the way, teammates with Josh Parker, so that might be why they didn't actually make contact, Todd. But we'll talk to him anyway. Josh Parker getting a victory here at Iowa Speedway. Josh, got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Man, a non-playoff driver, that's got to feel nice to be able to come in here and beat these playoff guys and pick up a big win. And what a heck of a race.
Yeah, it kind of sucks I'm not in the playoffs. I didn't run enough races to be eligible with the win I had at the end of the regular season there. But, yeah, I mean, I was just being patient there, just trying to take care of my tires, and I short pitted a little bit just to see where see if the race came my way, and it did. So I get a little lucky with track position there.
For sure, man. Talk about the tires here. It looked like, of course, we already know 3 and 4, you kind of want to run a little bit higher than 1 and 2 because high side in 1 and 2 is so bumpy. And then you run middle to low in 1 and 2. Talk about the tires here. It looked like normal, very tough to pass on older tires.
Yeah, it was tough. 3 and 4. I mean, honestly, I think the bottom. I thought the bottom was going to be the fastest all the way around, but it seemed like the top. Dan was running me down, so I tried running the top, and it seemed like it was faster in 3 and 4. 1 and 2 it seemed like everyone was just running the middle. But yeah, once Dan started catching me, I had to start moving around and realize the top was faster. But before that, I was just trying to stick to the bottom.
Literally sit here talking to myself. Started in ninth place, man. Led 51 laps here, picking up a big win at Iowa. Heck of a race for you, dude. Any shout outs you want to give out?
Yeah, give a shout out to Joe Gibbs Racing, Boris, everyone over there, Interstate Batteries. You guys who know the broadcast, Joey, all the admins here, Chad Coleman, everyone over at Team Name. Yeah, this is a good race. It's fun.
Hey, good job, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, man. By the way, Todd, if you did not know, he's actually a pro driver on the NASCAR heat side of things. So, and actually almost won the championship last year. Very close to winning like 10,000 or whatever it was last year. So let's talk to none other than Daniel Falkingham. Daniel, you got a copy?
Hey, what's up?
Man, a heck of a race. That was pretty fun to watch, especially the last few laps, you closing in and then doing a big move on that final turn, not even making contact, which is awesome, and did it very clean, but still managed a second place finish. Talk us through that.
Yeah, I decided to go for a little last Sunday. I was surprised I even caught Josh there. I really had to use up my tires to have any shot at it because I think we were going to win the race there if the race just stayed green after the pit stop because Macklin had a penalty, and we were like the first to pit out of like the top 5, top 10, and we had way fresher tires than everyone that pitted earlier. So I'm kind of disappointed that race didn't go green because I think that would have been our win. But nonetheless, I'm so happy with second considering I restarted 7th there on the last restart and I had to pass a few guys. It was so hard to pass. Like, that top line 3 and 4 is just you can carry so much momentum up there, and it's easy to defend up there. So proud I was able to get up to second. Proud I was even able to get up to Josh and do that little last lap slide job. But if I would have parked it in the center just sooner, I probably could have blocked Josh. I could have got him, but he had a nice little crossover on me. So good win to Josh. And, yeah, we'll happily take second open this round of the playoffs.
So it's kind of weird because I hate even putting this on you, but kind of a uncharacteristic, I guess. We haven't seen you in victory lane in round 1. Are you a little bit worried about that right now? You haven't won since the regular season finale back on August 4th, or is that just like mainly luck or something like that?
No, I'm not too worried. I think we definitely should have won Richmond in the first round, but we really got screwed over heavily there. And then Vegas, Dirty Air, friggin' blocked us off there. And then just other races. Dover, we got wrecked. I mean, we had a lot of bad luck in the first round. And but yeah, hopefully, depending on I can't even remember where we go next week. But okay, I like Homestead. So hopefully we can get back to our winning ways. It's another intermediate mile and a half. So hopefully we can get back to winning. But most importantly, just we got to keep collecting points to make sure we can put ourselves to the playoffs. Considering this is a 3-round championship round in the playoffs at the end of the season. So just got to focus on getting through this round, and then, but I'd like definitely do some winning to make sure we can build that points buffer for sure. But, yeah, just main things to do is just to not keep wrecking, and I think we'll be good.
For sure on that, man. You know what it is. Shout out to all that.
Yeah, I got to thank First Rate Bait Lobster 207 for everything they do for all their support. Also got to thank you for putting on the broadcast. Definitely a good race to watch. I'll definitely have to go back and look at it later on. Shout out to everyone who races each and every week. Thanks to Joey, Brian Macklin, everyone who runs the show with Sim 500. Thanks to all my teammates. I had a team name: Chad Coleman, Kevin DeBrown, Josh Parker, and Doy Woods. Congrats again to Josh on the win. And thanks to all the fans who watch us each and every week, and thanks to friends and family for watching as well.
Hey, good job keeping us entertained tonight, man. That was fun.
All right, thank you, Adam.
Next up, Todd, it is Ryan Howard, and I got an interesting question to mention before we talk to Ryan real quick. I just brought him in. So I was sitting here looking at the playoff standpoints, right, Todd? The Championship 8, and this is what's interesting because it's not just one race that is going to determine the champion. It's 3 races. Ryan is one of the favorites going into this because consistency, I think, will win that championship. Anyway, let's talk to him right now. Ryan Howard, it's Adam and Todd up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yep, I got you.
Just kind of spoke about that. I know you caught that towards the end right there or whatever, but was sitting here telling Todd that consistency, to my opinion, is going to win this championship. You haven't got to win this season. I bring that up to you every time I interview you, I know. But, man, honestly, you're right there. Even at the regular season, the championship, you was right there on top of the board really competing for that. You got to somewhat like your chances on especially making the championship round.
Yeah, absolutely. We finished second last year. I thought we should have won it, and we got wrecked. Right. But I think this year it's a cool format, so it'll be interesting to see with coming down to 3 races at the end. That definitely suits my abilities and my style, so that'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, we've talked about it before, just like consistency with you. I mean, you're always right there in the top 5 every week, it seems like. So it'd be really cool to see how that plays out. But anyway, man, talk about tonight's race. Finishing third. Overall, you got to be somewhat happy, I think, with the third place finish, leading a few laps as well, bonus points and all that. You started 5th and still, managed to pick up 2 spots from where you started, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, if I could do that over, I'd probably just run balls to the wall last run. I was saving, and I let Josh go, and I was just trying to ride, and figured we'd all even out, even with Daniel, and then, I don't know, they just kept going, so I don't know what happened. Obviously, I got something to learn there. I felt like we were getting beaten 1 and 2 all night. Just didn't have something figured out, but kind of disappointed in the way that ended. I'm not sure they just kept taking off, and if I would have known that, I would have raced Josh a lot harder at the start and just see what I had at the end after running hard for the win. But I don't like falling back 3 seconds and not having a shot at it.
For sure on that one, man. Well, it definitely made it interesting for us to watch. There was some great racing all night tonight. Is there any shout-outs you want to give out?
Yeah, it's fun. It's always a good track. I wish they bring the bottom back just a tick more. It was always fun on the longer runs to try to get a good run on the bottom, especially at 3 and 4. But it was a good run by Josh. Did a good job there. I think I didn't see the run to the finish, but we'll go check it out on the broadcast. And as I always say, it's always a whirlwind. Seems like when I come in here, I never know where we're going next week. So. Homestead. All right. That is not one of my best tracks, so
I hate that place.
Yeah, I have a real struggle there for some reason. I always feel like I'm saving tires now just my butt close. So we'll go into Homestead, race hard, and see where we come out. But yeah, it's been a great season, man. We're plugging top 5s in there almost every week, so we got to keep doing that.
For sure, man. Hey, good job tonight, buddy. 3rd place.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, buddy. Todd, real quick before we let it go, shout out to Richard Slavely, by the way, got a top 10 finish. Shout out to him, awesome to see that. Bentley Glasser, top 10 as well. Actually, that was only 3 guys not playoff contenders who get a top 10 finish. Overall, Todd, thoughts on it?
I thought it was a pretty good race, especially coming down to the end there. But I do want to give a shout out to Tommy Ryan, ended up finishing 9th after having that wreck there at the beginning of the race. That's a good, solid comeback for as far as the points day goes when you're in these championship races. But yeah, man, it was really good there coming to the wire.
Yeah, so I want to look right now. Right now, Todd, if the playoffs was to start, Justin Fuller, I believe, would be out of the playoffs because he would be 9th in the points.
Right, and we're only taking top 8, so
that's pretty big. Next week's going to be crucial to him at Homestead. I think he'll be okay, but it's still early. But anyway, thoughts on the race? It was good racing. I thought tonight's race was actually fantastic. Way better than I expected here at Iowa. Like I said, this ain't my favorite track by any means, but definitely not bad. Anyway, that'll do it tonight, guys. We'll be back tomorrow. Red Sox Racing Series live around 8:50 or so. Y'all have a great night. Todd, anything else you want to say?
No, I should be all set.
All right, man. Y'all have a great night. Take care as always. God bless.